Hey guys, Sora here, and I just want to make a kind of a quick video, kind of share some of my thoughts on the current state of the game in terms of achievements and where I think that it is heading in the future. And so throughout the history of the game, updates have been made to the game that have devalued a skill in terms of how AFK a method is in relation to the XP per hour that you receive from it. And one skill that is a really good example of this is the skill mining. Now, the EHP method right now is 3-tick 4G, and this yields you a rate of anywhere from 120k XP per hour to 135k XP per hour. Now, this is also one of the most click-intensive ways of training a skill, but it rewards you with the best XP rate per hour. And this is something that you just can't go and just pick up like that. You have to put in the hours to learn it. But if we go and look at the second best XP per hour method, which is Volcanic Mine, it is really AFK. I would say it is comparable to how AFK Motherlode Mine is, maybe a little bit. It's more click intensive than Motherlode Mine, but it's just really AFK, and I think it is something that the old Skate team should look at to make it maybe a little bit more click intensive, or maybe even nerfing the XP rate to the actual pull rate of 82k instead of having anywhere from 75k to 90k an hour. Even though that this is the actual nerfed rate, when it was released, players were able to get rates of 100k plus by using alts, and it took a few weeks to maybe a month for the old school RuneScape team to fix this, which I probably don't blame them because they probably had to figure it out themselves and then figure out how to nerf it. But I think that this is something that the old school RuneScape team should look at when releasing skilling updates in the future, is just the ratio of how click intensive stuff is in relation to the XP per hour. And just going back to mining real quick, if we look at blast mining, which in my opinion is more click intensive than volcanic mine, but yet it also you also get a lower XP rate, which I think is like you can get max at like 75k an hour at 99, which is the lowest rate of XP per hour you get at volcanic mine. Anyway, uh, another good example of this is Zaya runecrafting, or also known as runespan. Now, before this was released, there were really three main methods of training runecrafting, or maybe more. But you had abyss runecrafting, which at this time was nature runes. You then had you could have runners for you to craft nature runes, which is maybe 50k XP per hour. And natures, if you were good, you can get rates of 30k. Then you could do double astrals, and then you had lava runes. Now, astrals and nature runes are somewhat low click intensity, but they also give really low XP rates. Like, if you're in nature runes, you should expect anywhere from 25k to 30k an hour. And with lavas, I think at the time lavas at this time I think my memory serves correctly, maybe 67k an hour, maybe around there. But now it's up to I think 75k an hour. But this is good because of how click intensive lavas actually is, because there's no delay when crafting runes, so it's going to be a lot more click intensive. But you also get the best XP rate. But if we go back to Zaya rune crafting, when it was pulled or when it was put in the dev block and pulled, it was stated that this would be a somewhat click intensive method of training rune crafting. But when it was released, it was an absolute joke of a way to train rune crafting. It was so AFK that you could literally click the dense essence box to start mining. You can go take a quick shower, or you can go get a cup of coffee, or go get some food or whatever, and you can come back, and you would still be mining the dense essence block. And this is just something that I don't even know how it passed QA testing at the time, because when you have it, when you stated that this is going to be a somewhat click-intensive method, but then you have something like this, it just doesn't make sense to me. I guess the somewhat click-intensive part of it of Zaya rune crafting would be clicking the chisel and then clicking the death sentence blocks, but I mean you could just I mean, at the time you could AHK it, but now AHK is banned, so you have the Windows mouse keys. But that's not really that click intensive. It's just pressing two keys, or no, not two keys, four keys pretty quickly. It's really click intensive there. You only have to do it for like 10 seconds. Scary. Really gonna hurt your hands with that one. But anyway, moving on. But a topic like this is just not something that majority of the player base want to listen to or even talk about because they really don't care about skilling. If it was their way, everyone would be maxed. Every way of training a skill would be super fast XP and really AFK. And like, because they just don't like skilling. And that this is something that kind of is the old school feel of the game. Skilling is supposed to be slow. It's supposed to be a grind. That's how it was back in the day. This is old school RuneScape. We should try to keep it as much as it was in 2007 as it is. Yes, we can make new updates and look to improve the game to attract new players, but we should look to try and keep the XP, this actual skilling of the game as in like an actual grind. And I think it should just stay that way. And I'm kind of running out of kind of things to talk about with this ramble. So if there's any kind of specific topics or any kind of anything else you guys want to see me kind of ramble about, just leave in the comments below and I'll get to it.